I woke up irritated, and for some reason, my brain decided that wasn't enough. No, it wanted me to go ahead and ruin the morning on purpose. So what did I do? I checked my YouTube analytics before drinking water. Brilliant, right? And of course, the moment I looked, I felt that sinking, disappointing feeling in my stomach. That, oh, great, here we go again feeling. So I sat there and actually asked the universe, should I just quit? Because this feels ridiculous. And that's when my brain opened the doors to the morning circus. The first thing it throws at me is age. Not just age in general, the 45 to 55 category. The age group where people somehow convince themselves they're supposed to retire emotionally, professionally, creatively, spiritually, all of it. As if the moment you hit mid-40s, you're supposed to stop growing and start shrinking. As if we're supposed to transform into furniture that only talks about cholesterol and dental plans. And because I'm surrounded by people who act like curiosity has an expiration date, my own brain uses that against me. Why are you doing this? Aren't people your age supposed to calm down and stay in their lane? As if becoming middle-aged means I'm contractually obligated to become boring. Then comes impatience, because of course it does. I grew up in the microwave era. Everything was instant. Instant noodles, instant messages, instant gratification. Instant opinions, instant reactions. So now my brain thinks YouTube works like microwave popcorn. You push a button, you wait 90 seconds. And suddenly your whole life is supposed to be fully cooked. If it's not instant, my brain goes, see, it's not working. Damn it, just stop now. And then I start comparing myself to Gen Z, which doesn't even make logical sense. They were raised on cameras. Performing is natural to them. Content creation is their first language. They've been recording themselves since they were in braces. I'm comparing my midlife creativity to their childhood hobby. How is that even remotely fair? They dance, I think. They lip sync. I analyze. They were raised by algorithms. I was raised by dial-up internet and cassette tapes. But chaos loves to twist the knife, so it pushes the comparison anyway. And then there's chaos itself. Not the creative chaos, not the artistic chaos, but the defensive chaos. The one that acts like my personal bodyguard, but really just keeps me stuck. The chaos that whispers, quit now, before anyone notices. Quit before you look silly. Quit before you get too far. Quit before you start hoping. Chaos always chooses the familiar discomfort over the unfamiliar possibility. And what's familiar? Doubt, worry, minimizing yourself, playing small, staying quiet, not taking risks. What's unfamiliar? Consistency, progress, being seen, being heard, letting something good happen. My brain has no idea how to handle unfamiliar. And then my brain hits me with the funniest lie of the morning. The idea that I've been doing this long enough to be discouraged. Really? I've barely started. And acting like the algorithm has known me for a decade and filed a complaint. I haven't even made it onto the dance floor yet. I'm still in the hallway picking out my shoes. How am I discouraged when I'm still basically new? And then comes the island metaphor. My brain tells me I walked onto a brand new island and expected all the little creatures to run up to me immediately. Why isn't anyone approaching? Why isn't anyone recognizing you? Well, maybe because they don't know if I'm safe. Maybe because they don't know if I'm staying. Maybe because they don't know if I'm going to feed them or chase them. They're not rejecting me. They're evaluating, observing, watching. That's not rejection. That's introduction. But does my brain accept that? Of course not. It yells, see, nobody loves you yet. Quit. And finally, after this entire storm, the truth steps in. I'm not too old. I'm too early. Too early for the algorithm. Too early for an audience. Too early to panic. Too early to judge myself. Too early to think anything is failing. The world doesn't dislike me. The world doesn't even know me yet. I'm new. I'm just arriving. I'm just showing up, and here I am talking through all of this like some logical thinker, when in reality, I'm not purely left brain or right brain. I'm a whole mix. I'm someone who understands logic 1 minute and wants to quit at the slightest discomfort the next. I swear, I'm in a league of my own. Are you in a league of your own? Does your brain wake up in the morning and immediately try to silence you before you even say one sentence? Mine does. My brain loves to tempt me with that early morning shutdown. Stop. Don't say that. Don't try that. Don't create that. And then the tiny logical voice finally shows up and reminds me, how can anyone dislike you when they don't even know you yet? Exactly. And yet somehow my brain still goes, Well, maybe people dislike you anyway. Honestly, what kind of nonsense thinking is that? And here I am, talking through all this chaos, and here you are, listening to it. So clearly someone out there is paying attention, which helps me keep my heart rate below panic mode. Thank goodness. And actually, since you're listening, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Not because it magically fixes my life, but because it at least tells the algorithm I'm not being completely rejected by the universe today. Think of it as helping my morning anxiety calm down just a little bit. And now I want to know, what's the one thing that makes you lose your mind early in the morning? Or is it just me dealing with this kind of chaos before breakfast?